Yo, what up, team? Happy Sunday. Hope that you guys are having an awesome weekend so far. Before we kick into things for the day, my question of the day that I have for you is if you were to sum up your life in one word, what would it be? Mine would be adventure. Yeah. Or whimsical. One of the two. Anywho, we're going to have a chat about what we have going on today. So, every Sunday, especially lately, we've been going through our squat therapy series. That is going to remain the same for this week, right? We know that being able to hold or hang out in the bottom of a squat position is super beneficial. I could go on and on about like how beneficial it is to actually be able to squat because it's one of the most fundamental movements in life. But yeah, this is just really, really important for us. It's going to help translate over to our ability to actually squat and stand properly, to have healthy function throughout the ankle, the knees, and the hips. It's going to carry over to more if we're looking at like performance-based movements like our snatch or our clean, and being able to receive efficiently in the bottom position and then stand it back up without any problem. So it's a really, really good piece for us to work on and work through. So today we're accumulating 5 minutes in the bottom of that active squat hold. After that, all right, team. After we are done with our squat therapy today, then we have ourselves a little Metcon. So with this Metcon today, guys, we're looking at going through 4 rounds for quality. So with this 4 rounds for quality, guys, what we're looking at having here is a 600-meter run or a 3-minute run. And then after that, we're going through and we're doing 30 backpack deadlifts, 20 backpack lunges, 10 backpack squats, and then 5 strict toes to something. Now, there's one caveat with this piece today. While we are doing our run, to control the pace that we're going at, I want you guys to do nasal only. So keep those mouths wide shut. So no breathing through the mouths. I want you guys to go nasal only on this today because it's going to make you guys control your pace, and it's also going to slow things down, hence this piece being for quality. So after we do that, guys, and we come in from our 600-meter run, then we're getting through our 30 backpack deadlifts. These 30 backpack deadlifts, again, are for quality today. I don't want you guys racing through them. I want you feeling out the positions, moving for quality, and breaking it up as you need to. Usually in some workouts, whenever we see a long piece like this, we tell you guys to just hit it as hard as you possibly can. But today is all about slowing it down and moving for quality. So after we get done those deadlifts, then we're going to have our 20 backpack lunges. Then we're going to have our 10 backpack squats, and then our 5 strict toe to something. Those 5 strict toe to something are going to slow us down again. If you guys do have a bar at home and you want to be practicing strict toes to bar, that's all good. But those are kind of our options there. So the main emphasis, I know I've said it heaps, is just move for quality with this piece today, guys. It's not meant to be a piece where we run ourselves into the ground and feel like crap at the end of it. I want you guys to move for quality so that then you can feel primed, feel good, feel restored, and be ready to come kick it come tomorrow and quite possibly this week if we get back into the gym. Okay, so have fun with this piece, get after it, move for quality, move super well while you do this. Okay, after we get done that piece, then we have a wee little bit of a finisher today. So our finisher is another little midline finisher. We are going to be looking at doing 2 to 3 sets of 12 bird dogs and our 30-second front leaning rest, okay, or hold. So with this today, those bird dogs, we're looking at anti-extension and flexion, so being able to create tension and maintain that tension as we extend out one arm and one leg and then bring that back in. And then after that, we're pairing that up with an isometric hold in the form of our front leaning rest. So this is like a plank, but quite a little bit more challenging. If for some reason we can't do our FLR hold today, guys, we can sub that out for a plank, whether it be up on our hands or on our elbows. But yeah, have fun with this piece. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. See you tomorrow, team. Peace. Yo, what up, team? So first thing that we have today is our squat therapy challenge. We've done this heaps, but our quick reminder, we can start with our hands overhead as Danny's showing here. Then we're going to send those hips down and back and be in that bottom position of the squat. The hands should not be touching the wall. We're looking at keeping and staying at, or maintaining our tension and staying active in that bottom position. So we're driving those knees out nice and wide. We're sitting the weight into the heels, squeezing our glutes as hard as we possibly can, and hanging out here and accumulating 5 minutes. Our other option with this is to come away from the wall and hang out in the bottom of that active squat hold. So driving those knees out, sending those hips back and down as Danny's demonstrating here, while keeping that chest up and keeping those glutes on the whole entire time, not sagging or losing any tension. Have fun with this piece.
Hi team, so our first movement that we have today is our backpack deadlift. So with this, guys, we're going to be starting with that backpack down on the ground. From here, we're going to send or have a soft bend in the knees, send the hips back, keeping this nice flat back position here. From here, guys, we're going to shove that floor away and drive the hips through to the top of that position. So that whole time today, guys, I want you to think about keeping that big, nice tabletop back, keeping those shoulder blades pulled back, big proud chest, and then driving the heels through the floor as we stand up to full hip extension. Cool. Alright guys, so our next movement that we have today is our backpack lunge. So with this, guys, at all times, whether we're stepping forward or stepping backwards, we're looking at creating 90-degree angles with our legs. So with this today, we're stepping forward, we're keeping that nice vertical torso position, then we're driving through that heel and pushing up and back with each of these lunges, okay? So that whole time, I want you guys to think about keeping that weight in the heel, driving hard up through that front lead leg, squeezing those glutes on, and driving up until you're at full hip extension while maintaining that vertical torso position today. Cool. All right, guys, so we have our backpack squats today. So with these backpack squats, guys, just like we did with our squat therapy to start off with, we're initiating this movement by sending those hips back and down and driving those knees out nice and wide. Our feet should be about hip width to shoulder width apart. We're trying to create that nice vertical torso. That whole time, guys, I really want you to think about today spreading that floor apart. So about driving those knees out, touching each side of the room, and then driving hard through those heels as we stand all the way back up to full hip extension. And with this backpack team, one more thing, you guys can hold it in this bear hug position, you can hold it in the front rack position. You can also hold it or have it strapped up on your back, depending on what variation you guys would like to go with. That's all good for the day, but those are our 3 alterations that we can use for our squats and for our lunges today with our backpack positioning. So our next movement that we have today is our strict toes to something. So we're going to start off with that backpack or kettlebell or dumbbell up overhead with those arms fully extended. From here, we're going to create all that tension in that midline. So we're going to think about pulling that pelvis to the rib cage, and then we're going to pull our knees up towards our chest and then kick those toes up overhead towards that object on the ground, and then bring back down in sequential order. So that whole time, guys, it's about keeping that tummy nice and tight. Think about keeping those feet glued together as close as you could, just like you would with that toe to bar, and then pull the knees to the chest and then kick up at the top, and then shoot the feet back down and reload and go right back into your next rep. Scoop the bear. All right, guys, so our next movement that we have today is our bird dog. So with our bird dogs today, guys, we're starting off in this quadruped position. So the knees are stacked underneath the hips, the hands are stacked underneath the shoulders. From here, guys, the whole time I want you to think about maintaining this tabletop back position. Imagine someone was trying to eat some food off your back. You should be able to. With this, guys, we're keeping that tummy nice and tight today. So I want you to think about pulling that ribcage down to the pelvis, creating as much tension through that midline as possible. Keep the hips square with the floor. And then from here, we're going to extend out the opposite leg and opposite arm, and then pull them back in under control, and extend back out, and pull back in under control. That whole time, we're trying to keep the hip as close to square with the ground as possible, and create as much tension through that midline as possible. Have fun with this. So our next movement that we have today is our front leaning rest. We're looking at doing this from the ground today. So with this, guys, we're going to have those feet together in that plank position. We're up in the top of that tabletop, and then we're leaning forward. We're still trying to not sag through that lower back, so we're keeping this nice flat back position. And then we're leaning forward to get a little bit of extra load throughout here. Today, while you do this, I want you to think about pulling your toes all the way up towards your hands. That's going to help create and sustain all that tension throughout the midline that you need. Have fun with this piece.